Hey, we're back again. We want to talk about another TV show, a new TV show on HBO called Westworld.
Yes, Westworld.
Actually, Quinn recommended it to me because she's like, I really want to review this show. So your ass better watch it, girl. No, she doesn't watch it like that.
It's good, man. Well, we have differing opinions on certain things, so and that's good. That's what we want.
So we've been given up to 3 episodes so far, so we're going to talk about the first 3 episodes.
Yes.
Generally, positives and negatives. And Quinn, take it away. Positives.
Well, so I was not familiar with Westworld. I didn't see the 1973 movie.
Have you seen it yet?
I have not seen it. I know of it. I've read about it. We probably should watch it. Yeah. I know of it, and I've read about it, and I am aware of the Simpsons episode that kind of recreates the Westworld world as well. So but that doesn't really matter. But I liked the show. It was one of those shows where like I watched the pilot and then I was like, I don't know about this, and then I went and I ran some errands and I was like, I like this show. I kept thinking about it and I kept thinking about it and I was like, I wonder if they're gonna blah blah blah. I wonder if they'll do this. Well, what about this? So if a show does that to you, I figure it's worth like watching. Like there's a draw there.
So you're like, I approve.
Yeah. Like when I initially stepped away from the show, I was like, I don't know, man. This is kind of crazy. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, I'm thinking about this show way too much to not like it. Yeah.
It's like when we want to buy a dress and we're like, no, let's step away. But if we keep thinking about it, we'll go back and get it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's exactly like that. Westworld is a dress that we're not sure about. No.
It's a Western dress. But yeah, so tell me why you like it. Because
the storyline is cool. It messes with your mind. It's like a mind fuck. It's like an Inception type situation. Yeah. Like you don't know what's real and what's not real, and just the idea of like the concept of what these people come into, and it's not really like anything that we've really seen on TV.
I think that's a huge positive.
Yeah,
it's very unique.
Yeah, it's intriguing and it's engaging, and the storyline itself it's not just laid out for you. You have to kind of be like, okay, wait, what now? Like, there's been a couple times where I've had to pause it and be like, okay, and like parse through what's going on, and even have like a conversation with whoever I'm watching it with, like, is this what you think is happening? And so it's thought provoking, and that's cool. It's not just like I can watch it. I can't watch it and like be on Twitter and like check my.
You need to pay very close attention to it. So. I think even one go round of watching it, you're not going to catch a lot. Mm-hmm. I think you got to watch it multiple times to really be like, oh, I get what's going on.
Yep.
And there's virtually 2 worlds, which is so interesting, and then one of them controls the other world.
Yeah.
And it's just that's why it's a mindfuck.
Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool, and it's very scary because it's got that dystopian feel of like excessiveness and just like humans in the future are completely desensitized to like any kind of like human compassion.
And what's scary is I look at it and be like, dang, this can really happen. Yeah. That's the scary part.
Yeah. Well, and it reminded me of, and I've read, there's been articles about this, so it's a common thought, but it kind of reminds you of those video games, like they've used Grand Theft Auto as an example of kind of, you're just out and you kind of are just shooting people and beating up hookers. I don't know. I've never played it, but.
And there's like no remorse.
Yeah, and there's no remorse. You just go about your day and it kind of, like, and that's a video game, and that's very fake, and that's very like a very separate world. But this world where you can go in and you can do terrible things to, yes, they're robots, but they look and act just like humans. Mm-hmm. There's something about that like it gives me it's really creepy. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like I don't know. It's an interesting way to like think about like humans.
I mean, you definitely picked a show with a lot of things to talk about, and I agree with you. A huge positive, it gets you thinking. Mm-hmm. It really makes you, for me, it makes me think, like I said, dang, this could really happen. Mm-hmm. Even our computers are starting to have a mind of its own. Mm-hmm. I feel like sometimes I put too much reliance on my iPhone.
Yeah.
I remember when an iPhone first came out, and I refused to get it because I just want to have a camera separate from my phone. Mm-hmm. But now everything is here.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, we won't even need to have a wallet because you can just touch and pay.
Yeah.
And
everything, that's true. And this is just, it's just taking everything a step further. And just the idea of what Westworld is in itself is very cool. But when you like delve deeper into like each person's kind of like backstory. Like Anthony Hopkins' story is very
he's the best one.
It's very mysterious. It's very like curious, like what's going on with him. Like, is he the one who's making the robots malfunction? The whole backstory in the third episode about the Arnold person.
I'm like, I feel like he's kind of knowing what's going down. He's almost trying to save the world or something weird.
Or destroy it. I don't know. See, I can't tell. You can't tell who is good and who's bad. Like, I don't. It's very strange. It keeps you on your toes. Yeah, the Anthony Hopkins character. That's the character that I think, as a viewer, I am personally at least. I'm most confused by. You know, there's like he's got the.
I think they're all confusing.
Yeah, well, he's got like the child version of himself, that robot. Yeah, he's got this mysterious partner that committed suicide, and all the robots are saying his name, and it's like, is Arnold real? Are you Arnold? Yeah, like, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of different ways to look at that. There's just like
Bernard.
Which one's Bernard?
Bernard's the guy that keeps talking to Dolores.
Oh, the other main guy.
That's something I don't know. I'm sure you read about it, but how when he was questioning her, most of the time they questioned them naked, and there's a scene where he was questioning her and she was wearing a blue dress, like Alice in Wonderland, and you're like, huh? Yeah. Like, just there's so many details in there.
Yeah, there are. That's true.
It just really, I don't know. I think what I was telling you was I'm not too fond of the show. Yeah. But I think my big problem is because I don't get it. Yeah. Straight up, like, I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on.
That's good. That's an honest answer. That's good. I don't really get a lot of it too. A lot of times I'm like, wait, what? Like, what's happening now? It's interesting, and it's cool, and I do like it. I will say, if we're going to talk about things that we don't like about it.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Or the only thing I'm worried about, I mean, only 3 episodes into a new show, it's really hard to like figure out what it's going to be. Shows don't even have their bearings yet normally by now, but I do get worried about the excessiveness of it all. Yes. Like, his name's Ben Barnes. I can't remember his name in the show, but Ben Barnes.
Who's Ben Barnes?
Ben Barnes and what's his name? Something Simpson. He plays William, the main guy. Okay. His friend, the one who's kind of like a shithead. Yeah. The one who stabs the guy. Yeah, the one who stabs it. Yeah. Logan. The one who stabs the guy in the hand. It's like, okay, he walks into the place and just starts like shooting up the place and stabs the guy, and he's just like, I'm gonna find a bunch of whores or whatever. It's like,
he's a great example of the GTA 5
well, it's just like, yes, we get it. You're the type of guy who takes advantage of I just thought it was kind of just like, okay, yes, I get you're a piece of shit. Like,
but there are guys like that.
I know. I guess I thought it was too simple, and like the friend is so nice, and he won't even take advantage of anything and anyone. Like, I feel like they're 2 extremes. Yeah, and it's like I need it to be a little bit more real. I do like William's character a lot. He's going to be a major person. I hope he ends up being like the main person.
I think him and Dolores are going to have a thing.
I think so too.
It's going to bring her into reveal that she's because
sure.
I think at this point she's cognizant of what's going on. She's playing with them right now.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, she's lying. Yep. She's aware of things. She shot someone.
Okay, so this is something I'm confused about, and I'm sorry, viewers, but maybe you can clarify this for me. But so, are these robots made from scratch, or are they humans in the past?
They're made from scratch in that lab. They're like.
Yeah, but I was like,
and there's like the lasers like making their like.
I thought they were like maybe rebuilding dead. I don't know. See, that's why I got confused. Wow. But you're probably right. You're right. I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think that they're robots.
Was Maeve, whatever her name is,
Sandy Newton.
Okay. How she had glimpses of her past. That's why it threw me off.
Oh, well, what it is each robot they live different lives in the world. So like everybody plays a different role.
So she's changed her role.
Yeah, so
that's right.
Yeah, that's
that makes so much sense. Okay, squash the humans that were dead. They're rebuilding skin and.
But cool theory.
No, that's a terrible theory. I'm glad that I like the show a little more because my theory is incorrect.
Okay, all right. Well, the thing about this, as we're talking about this, I'm like, God, there's so many things we need to talk about. It's hard to talk about 3 episodes of a show like this. Because so much happens, and there's so many questions, and there's so many little things.
We need like wine and hookah, and
we need like a 10-part.
And we need someone with a British accent.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be cooler.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. But yeah, no, there's a lot more to discuss. But just like as a general review of the show so far. My opinion is I do think that it is good, and I think it's super interesting. I hope that they don't make it too excessive and too like in your face right away. You know,
Yeah.
I hope that they keep some mystery and they keep us kind of like questioning things, and they keep like the characters and their backstories.
Happen.
Yeah, I hope they keep them.
Like, I think there's gonna be more
rich.
questions, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, especially at this stage, like I'm still like, now that we brought up Fanny Newton's character, how she escaped and she was acting legit like a human, seeing all these things and freaking out. That's why I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Also,
good.
Kudos for just the special effects.
Oh yeah, totally.
All around, like really good choice.
Yeah. No, the show itself, I think the show has such potential, and I'm excited. I mean, and it's Michael Crichton, and it's J.J. Abrams. It's like a bunch of like good, legit people who know what they're doing. So I don't have any reservations about that. But I just the thing that bothered me was I felt like some parts were too much too soon.
Yeah.
Like we were like inundated with like excessiveness,
like
and
what?
I just like the Logan guy. Like when he stabbed the guy, I thought that was, I don't know. I found it a little bit like cheap, I guess. I was like, all right, yes, we get it. You're an asshole.
How about Dolores's and James Marsden's characters' romance? Was that too excessive for you?
I mean, that's their storyline, and it's fine. I am curious about her. She's good. And Rachel Wood is good. Like she's very good in that role, so I like her. I'm curious to see like what happens to her and if she's able to kind of keep this a secret.
Okay.
Like her like evolution, I guess.
Do you have any like idea who the hell fucking Ed Harris's character is? I mean, was it Ed Harris? Yeah, Ed Harris.
Ed Harris. I keep calling him Ed Harris.
I know, me too.
Ed Harris.
The guy in black.
Yeah, Man in Black. He is one of the most like sadistic characters I've seen in a very long time. So I am very curious. I mean, I think they said in the show he's been doing this for 30 years or something like that.
Yeah, so he's like enjoying.
So he knows that place in and out. He's played every role. He's probably slept with and murdered every single person there. So
weird.
So he knows, and now he's looking for the deeper part of the game, and he's into the maze, and that was the other thing I was thinking about. It's like, we didn't even talk about Ed Harris yet, and
I know.
There's so much to cover, and like, what is the maze, and what's the deal with that whole thing? So
yeah, what is the maze, and what's the deal with that whole thing?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean, would you be interested in going into an amusement park like that?
No.
It's kind of scary, isn't it?
I'm not attracted to the Old West. That would be
the Old West.
That would be my thing. Like, if I lived in the future, I'd be like, can we do, like, I don't know, a different part, a different era? Like, I don't really want to be in the West.
Different country?
Or just, like, a different era. I don't know. I wouldn't be into the Old West. Something else. I'd like to go back in, like late 1800s, like, England.
Yeah.
Like, Sherlock Holmes times.
That would be fun, but scary, because
there's
Jack
a lot of crime. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think that one through either. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't be attracted to the Old West. Yeah, I don't have a desire to, even if I could, even if they're not real, I don't want to kill people in crazy, brutal ways. Like, I don't think
you don't have that.
I don't have that in me. Thank God. I'm glad I don't have that in me.
Good to know you are not a murderer.
Nope. 0 murders.
I think that my biggest negative I would take away is the reason why I'm not so into it, other than that I don't get it yet, is there's so many characters, right?
True.
So many characters, and each scene is very important to the character, that you get lost, that it comes to a point where I don't yet feel any attachment to any character, and that bothers me. That's something that I want to, like, I like to attach myself to a character or a couple that just really keep me going through the story and, like, grow with them, right? That hasn't hit me yet.
Okay, that makes sense. That's a good point. Yeah. Well, yeah.
And maybe Anthony Hopkins a little bit, but he's so mysterious that you're like...
Well, maybe that's actually a good point, because maybe you don't have an attachment to them because they're not real, and as they become more aware, you will have an attachment because they'll become more like real people with, like, real feelings and things to you. Hopefully.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
All right. Well, do you have any predictions for the next 10 episodes, I think?
I have no idea. I think it's going to get crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of... I think this will be a show that a lot of people are talking about. It'll be like I don't think it's the new Game of Thrones. I don't like when people say that. It's, yes,
Different.
Game of Thrones is in, like, their last season or whatever. They're
That's a world I would like to go into, amusement
my
park.
God, that'd be
that
crazy.
Would be fun.
Yeah. But, I don't think it's not, you know, it's just replacing it time-wise. It's just, you know, Game of Thrones is on its way out, and this show's on its way in. That's the only reason. But I do think, like Game of Thrones, I do think they will have weird things that happen in the episodes that people are talking about, like weird deaths or just weird scenes or really, I don't know.
Oh, I mean, they've already had
really weird shit, yeah.
weird things happening.
That's true. The guy killing himself with the rock.
Yeah. Glitchy. Yeah, everything's crazy.
Yeah, that was super crazy. So yeah, I am looking forward to it, and I think I have higher hopes than you do.
I'll continue to watch it, and then maybe in a couple episodes we'll talk about it again, and I'll be like, "Oh my god!" And then you'll be like,
"I was right."
No, you'll be like, "I was right." Girl, you're crazy. Those are not humans that are dead.
That's good. Yeah. those aren't. They didn't rebuild any humans.
No, that didn't happen.
Robots,
okay. Okay, guys. So let us know what you think of Westeros, and also hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and
let us know what we missed again.
I'm sure we missed
so much.
I know, we're both like, what?
There's so much going on in the show.
So much going on in the show. Unconfuse me, please, because it's so confusing.
Yes.
All right.
Teacher.
Teach me the ways. Don't be a robot. All right. Well, catch you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.